right, that was an amazing voice activation. I had to change my shirt, but the first half of it was dope. Definitely like that lion's breath. I'll be using that from now on. We're just gonna go from one song to the next. This first song right here, I call it Decipher. One of the first songs I ever wrote. You guys can let me know if you like it or you dislike it at the fire. And then we get to, talking, I like to say talking shit, talking smack. Only with people you love, you can truly do it. So we'll go ahead and do that. This first song is called Decipher. So right here, shout out to K Prime the Jaeger. Shout out to K Prime the Jaeger. My name is Professor Aydee on the MIC. This is that vintage, instant classic, lyrically acrobatic, essential flow that I've assembled. Yes, it's magic, a combination of English and mathematics, habits I practice and merge with my talents to establish a package to tackle any challenge. I'm not a gangster, but I'll throw up signs, cosines and even tangents, cause I got access from the X and Y axis. Plus God gave me C2 to back up my atlas. Yo, bringing a balance to the force with the core 4 elements of force. Gather a resource from the source of these lyrical orbs. Hey yo, never ever ever is my miracle short of spectacular. My tongue is a spiritual sword, spitting vernaculars. The sound of my umbilical cord was never amateur. My link to the physical form, to be the manager, the one moving my people towards being angular, sharp with an edge but not triangular, more circular to be well-rounded. Plus being G's, Muladhara well-grounded. Please, I got endless energy. Check the circuitry, malfunction, error. Enter December after hip-hop. History month is physically gone. Pass to the past like the past was left on a timeline. Oh, I get it now. It was left out. I guess I'll bring back the magic and spell out that to sell out every spot in the crowd. The only selling out that I'm about. Rip the contract and let my soul out and go clouds of sound. Real hip hop is what you're hearing now. What you feeling in your soul. It's appealing to your growth for the healing that's revealing that one day we all go and advance out of the trance of life circumstances to go create a state of massive expansion, frequent enhancements. Backed by actions, a sum of fractions that total the whole, that remain the same, even as a reciprocal integrated into the team, yet remain an individual. Like the monad, this is fractal reality, challenging the status quo and every fallacy, being ingrained into the brains of personalities. What a tragedy, how can we overcome what's happening? Civil war in the streets amongst our earthly family. The heaven weeps, how will it all cease? Easy to prepare for the days to come. We need peace, love, unity, and safely having fun. This is hip-hop. Yeah. So with this song, the inspiration is that, just look for God. You'll hear in the words. It's a little bit about luck. Might hear some astrological terms on this one. We'll talk at the fire. Yo. Every word that I use has divinely been created and now it reminds me to look for God everywhere I am finding, being at the right place and the right timing. Cause every word that I use has divinely been created and now it reminds me to look for God everywhere I am finding, being at the right place and the right timing. Some call it luck, some an incidence. See it happen twice, now it's a coincidence. Choose your preferred vernacular, it makes no difference. I'll still combine words into compound interest. A synergist making sense of gibberish. A peaceful warrior out to subdue ignorance. A hindrance to progression. So my inference start from scratch. From then we'll figure it out without a doubt. No ifs, ands, or buts. Energy in motion can never be stuck. Energy, emotions, bringing it up, amplified by the mind. So tell me, what is luck? Pulling things in like the forces of gravity, getting what you need, appear magically at the right moment. Like, yo, what is happening? What are you expecting in your mental faculty? Cause every word that I use has divinely been created and now it reminds me to look for God everywhere I am finding, being at the right place and the right timing. Cause every word that I use has divinely been created and now it reminds me to look for God everywhere I am finding, being at the right place and the right timing. Heaven means haven, more like a harbor. So what's my body if that's where my soul is garnered? In organization, organic information, organs information, unified in coordination for this oral orchestration, sacred configuration, interpretations, a sensorial stimulation, indications of atomic reformation with intentions of ascension and adoration. Adorned with the formless form, adaptive basis is changing for escaping the norm. Like, okay, I'm corn E, but never genetically modified. So what's Wall Street when stellarly it's occupied in charts, topping the billboard? So why would I be concerned with petty placements and adjacents? I walk with ancients, smelling victory's fragrance, which recreated Jupiter, celebrated for expansion of dedicated words I use that have divinely been created. And now it reminds me to look for God everywhere I am finding, being at the right place in the right timing. Cause every word that I use has divinely been created. And now it reminds me to look for God everywhere I am finding, being at the right place in the right timing. 2, 3, this new dream surely seems to look familiar. Like this dream I've had in the past, now the stars align. Finally it's my chance to be the phoenix that rose from the ash. Did it resurrect or just surpass time with the mind hip hopping like that? Cause we're headed in the direction of supernova, slick cosmic rhyme chants of the oxyribonucleic acids, genetic expressions in balance with that spiral node. And now that takes a sperm and makes a child. We're learning bio with its own style. Cause with infinite possibilities, I know that I can be anything that I think, feel, and then set my mind to. I know the best is yet to come, so I be ecstatic so I can become the vision that I hope for myself. Repeat it throughout the day till it's felt in the heart. Let magnetism play its part and magnify the electrical spark, generated nervously, then set to embark from the clouds, in the arc, down the chimney in the dark. The annoying then it starts climbing out the charts. Make a cartilage, harnessing electrical charge. Not an arsonist, but Leo rules a heart. Yeah, and in that heart then beats my pulse, a wave in equilibrium, balancing results, a rhythmic push and pulse till I'm engulfed in evenness. Now the lyrics know me like 1, 2, 3, this new dream surely seems to look familiar. Yo, but I noticed something strange. The beat had changed, but my heart was still the same. But from that day, my name became as I proclaim. And now I say that with infinite possibilities, I know that I can be anything that I think and feel, then set my mind to. I know the best is here right now, so I set out to befriend out, taking a page from Naruto's book and Goku's example of the foe when it shook his head in the mirror. Made things clear that he was an essential element in development, and that perspective sets up the mind to unwind and find with indefinite storage in the mind, to repeat and remind myself of divine acts when I define resolution, high definition, then improve and refine. Daily exhibition of preform dance that I do in advance. Looking back to myself, guiding me in the past, my own inner light illuminating the path, knowing I can only ever be exactly where I'm at. Yo, so this next song, I kind of wrote it like as a reminder to myself, but any musicians out there think about making music and you forget about, or you feel like you're off your path, can the chorus, think about it as a reminder to yourself why the fuck you started in the first place. See right now. Sorry, I know there's kids out here. Yo. Take control, take a hold of your mind. When you feel lost, you just need to find the vision you first had when you began the path to embark on rhythm and rhyme. One more time, yeah. Take control, take a hold of your mind. When you feel lost, you just need to find the vision you first had when you began the path to embark on rhythm and rhyme. Grab the mic, I grab my pen and begin to unwind. Secrets spun and hidden in cycles of time. I watch the planets align. Can only be divided by one and myself, making me prime. Yes, I'm an optimist, anticipating the apocalypse. Regardless, it's a human collective, bargaining, enlarging in the garden, eating, got remarking in startling ways. Got me harnessing days, so I retarget my aim as art on a page, using heart to display the kind of cards that I play, that play their part in this frame. I impart in arrays like armor and blades, or using yarn or crochet, interweaving double meaning in your ringing. You're receiving by perceiving and believing, like radio. You're retrieving my signal and tune into this tune. Station 444, like a rapping cartoon. tune. I said, take control, take a hold of your mind. When you feel lost, you just need to find the vision you first had when you began the path to embark on rhythm and rhyme. One more time, yeah, take control, take a hold of your mind. When you feel lost, you just need to find the vision you first had when you began the path to embark on rhythm and rhyme. Grab the mic, a second's time, a minute 60s, what we find, and another 60 times produces hours. Now the eye wish, Sharingan and Renegan and Bakugan and all the visual prowess has me astounded. What I found, it's words come first, like I could see it for sure, like it was always there, but it was always blurred. I learned dimensions of the unknown, now I could see the curves, but a number line I had to first observe by acknowledging all of my negative traits, absolutely valuing myself to change it for wisdom and peace, getting what I want on top of my needs. We must fertilize and sprout every seed, fractal geometry, know your roots, that's the proof. We never know which one's a one, O-N-E. Thank you. This next one is gonna be a premiere right here at Blue Hill. Practice it a couple times, hope you guys like it. My son, you know this will be a difficult challenge. Yeah, I know. From the day God said let life begin, the outside said I was born bathed in sin, a new child defiled with pricks to the skin, severed from the supply of life from where I had just been, incorporated with the number, so when I work I'm taxed, given race, religion, and a name. Was I even asked, trying to map my future without explaining my past? Yeah, they heard my cries, but all they did was laugh, put paperwork first and standard procedure. Was I one of their own or just a foreign creature? They traumatized me first, then they said I could bond with dad and mom, but it was all my choice, so I keep on. And I thank God for this day and for showing me the way. And although I make mistakes, I know I'ma get through this plight by being the light and then looking inside to realize that I'm divine is my path and I alone must walk it. Years passed, but what had I amassed? Individuality, but wait, looking back, a dive in duality, separation from the fact that I'm one with the totality, which later made me ask why. What's the reason for this? Why was I birthed? Why do I exist in the waters of life, navigating the currency since I left the birth canal, swimming with urgency, moving towards heaven, a haven of sorts, redirecting this vessel, readjusting my course, sharing revelations, but I was simply ignored, feeling like a victim, like no one would listen, but I keep on, and I thank God for this day, and for showing me the way, and although I made mistakes, I know I'ma get through this plight. First by being the light, and then looking inside, only to realize that I'm divine. It's my path and I alone must walk it. At war, but what was I battling? A system of lies? Or my old mentality? What's even reality? This matrix is a fallacy. Do I need to learn alchemy? God, give me a hand. Right then and there, I started to see that everything in the water was a reflection of me. Like Simba by the pond, looking up at the stars. They said, my son, remember who you are. Then it clicked. I felt a sense of peace, surrendering myself, getting down on my knees just to hear, get up, stand on your feet. How can you be beat when your heart still beats? Let's delete obsolete victimization, victory over the streets as vindication, meditation, affirmation, visualization, some stimulation to add to the simulation. The answer here is really quite obvious. You have all you need. Develop your godly gifts for when the moment comes and you're blessed with an audience. Neurons don't mirror words but are embodiments, so I keep on and I thank God for this day and for showing me the way. And although I made mistakes, I know I'ma get through this plight by being the light and then looking inside to realize that I'm divine as my path and I alone must walk it. Yo, and even though it feels like we're alone on this path, we got our DNA inside of us. That's our ancestors. We have our future looking back on us. We have our future selves, which is also looking back on us, and our younger selves, which got us to the point that we're at. And we always have God, so we're never alone. Last song for you guys. I hope you guys like this one. It's a lot of words at the end. If you guys want to ask me what I said, like at the fire, remember? Fire? You guys can ask me at the fire. Yo. Just remember, hip-hop. Hip is a form of awareness and hop is movement. Hip-hop is intelligence moving. That's what I represent. That's what I am. Represent separation. Yo. Take heed, this a different display. The same hip-hop, hip-hip hooray. Double awareness to cheer up and elate. A shared experience to all of those who can relate. A vast network, more sophisticated than the internet. Daily appreciation compounds just like interest. Take out your scissors and sharpen up your blades. Time to cut the cumbersome and initiate the change. Like be this to have that. Learn how to behave. To unload on them, first you must save. Using ports to transfer data in the midst of haters. We'll resist the danger. It's time to be brave, not to be lame and play the blame game. Cause then what remains is pouring our veins out until nothing remains. Instead of working together, using our brains to work toward the same aim and no longer complain, pointing fingers so that shit never gets done. Instead of taking action to see who we become. Too many toxins in our body, leaving us numb, a little dumb, just enough to succumb to immorality. It's simple, we're done disobeying universal law, then left and all walking off of a cliff, expecting not to fall. No common sense at all. Got no answer for the call. Every year after summer, even the sun falls. I don't see a horizon, I just see another wall to get over without ever having to move. It comes to me, scared and confused, as atomical assemblies perceived through the sensory stimulus that's entering my eye, tempering my sight, sharpening, simultaneously hardening, more firm to confirm, nurturing of artistry, furthering the bargaining, gaining with my bars, proof without the marketing. I'm harnessing, enlightening and darkening my aim. I am retargeting lyricism as garnishing, passion as spice, asking the right questions. I'm just atoms, isotopes, and ions on a quest for connection with science of mathematics and electrical charge, chemistry or alchemy. It's all chemical art. Yo, 3 dimensions up is a ventricled heart, like the brain. I ain't playing. Yo, let me explain. 3 centers down, the testicle start, or the ovary, sharp to reflect the moon in regards to menstruation, the cyclical miracle that imparts our species with the window to procreate and rise in consciousness. From idea to atom, to molecule to chemical, to cell to tissue, to organ system, to create an organism. Now let's organize with our organs. I see the inner I am that I am. Peace. Thank you guys. I have 15 minutes. Remember, you guys can roast me at the fire. Don't forget about the fire. Bravo.